Hey guys, it's Adam, and this week I figured since it's been about 5 years since my Epilepsy Story was released, I'd give you a complete breakdown of my story, and let's just get into it. And this is my epilepsy story. At age 6, I had my first seizure. I know exactly where I was and actually this is the only seizure that I really remember being a part of. Usually when I have seizures, I don't remember them at all. This one is the only one that I actually do 100% remember. I felt sick. I was homesick from school and my tummy hurt. So I went to the washroom to throw up, and I was in the washroom and I just stared at the toilet and I couldn't move. I felt like I couldn't move, and I remember my mom running around with my baby sister at the time, running around getting the neighbor on the phone. She'd called 911 that she needed to drop Shannon off because she was bringing me to the hospital, and I was just like, I don't feel so good, Mom. What is going on? Because I legit can remember vividly not being able to move, and just the only one I've been able to remember, but it was the first one that I ever had. From there, I had a bunch of nocturnal seizures in my sleep, and right away my parents were like, something's wrong. I didn't remember them because I was asleep, right? So I honestly don't remember that part in my life. That part where I was having nocturnal seizures, I don't remember a lot of it. And then at age 7, I was diagnosed. And it was very scary for me because usually a lot of 7-year-olds are worrying about what they get from their parents for Christmas. I was worrying about, why am I getting shoveled off into these scary EEG seizure-inducing tests? What is wrong with me? And finally, after a year and a half of testing, they finally came to the conclusion that I had epilepsy. And then at age 13, they tried to wean me off my meds, and obviously didn't go so well. The weaning was good. I felt weird because, weaning off medication is so just off-putting, and the way my old meds used to work, they slowed me down so much, and it really made me realize how much the meds affect me, besides the nosebleeds when I was a kid, because that was a side effect. And so one day, it was right before the end of school, so it was basically spring-summer day, and I was going to get juice. So I grabbed the juice bottle, or the juice container, and from there, I don't remember, but I am going to not reenact, but retell what happened. So basically, I was pouring the jug of juice, and then I had a seizure so big, it flung me across the room and made me hit my head straight onto a corner of the counter. And then there was some blood, and I woke to a bloody nose and a lovely concussion. Yeah, that was honestly the biggest seizure I have ever had. I've never had a seizure fling me across the room before, but there it was. And the bad thing that the doctors did do is they put me on my regular medication right away. So I went from 0 to 100 real quick, no pun intended. I woke up the next day with the meds in my body, and I literally could not get down the stairs because I was just, literally I walked like I felt like I was drunk, and I didn't know what that meant. It was just a very scary time, and I learned a lot from that seizure. And then, oh boy, age 15. Age 15, the pool incident. Oh boy, we're getting serious now because I need to, serious PSA here. Don't do what I did. I weaned myself off my meds, myself. Did not tell a doctor, did not tell my parents, because I thought I knew my body. Turns out, did not know my body. I was at swimming lessons and I just finished a lap swim. So I got out of the pool on the edge of the pool, fell in, had a seizure. Lifeguards, lovely lifeguards, pulled me out as fast as possible. And I woke and I was angry. I was angry that I had a seizure. And I should have learned it's because I wasn't taking my meds. And I was straight up with them. I was like, you know why? I didn't take my meds at all. And not very proud of that, but please, if you're watching this and you're doing the same thing, please take your meds. I don't want you to be hurt, and neither does anybody else. At age 18, I uploaded a little video called My Epilepsy Story. Kind of what I'm doing here, only I looked so young. I used to watch a YouTube channel called SourceFed, and one of the presenters, Lee Newton, who's also on the Valley Folk now, talked openly about having a heart problem. And I looked through the comments and I could see like, oh my gosh, no one's talked about the same thing I do. Like, I'm not ashamed to show my scars anymore. And she talked about how the impact affected her. And I looked online and no one was talking about epilepsy openly as much as other things. So on March 13th, 2014, I uploaded My Epilepsy Story. And it changed my life. And I never thought I could get a reception like that. Comment after comment. You inspire me. You inspired me to talk about my epilepsy to my friends. I relate so much to you. You really brought me out of my shell, and it makes me emotional thinking about, like, I remember there was so much love, and still to this day I get comments on that same video, and I'm very proud of myself about how I've handled this, and that video is probably one of my favorite videos that I've ever uploaded. Alright, age 19. You'd think this is where Adam would have smartened up because he's away from home, he's in college, you know, he's got to be taking his meds every day. No. I was busy with school, so I didn't think about taking my meds. I would take them every so often. And then I had a seizure in a movie theater. I have vivid memories from waking up with my 3 friends, like, Adam, are you okay? And like a group of 4 guys on the phone with 911. And I was like, whoa, what's going on? Why is the movie over? And they're like, you just had a seizure. And that really hurt me because, like, I thought I was doing well. I obviously wasn't thinking, and I thought I let my parents down. I thought I was being, I thought I was being irresponsible. And then it happened again. Same thing. Didn't take my meds enough. Kept forgetting. Because that's another thing that I have to work on is my memory. And that was with Miranda. That was the first seizure with Miranda, and I woke up and Miranda, Willem, and Alex were all around me. The last 3 seizures, I was like, no, I didn't have a seizure. No, I didn't have a seizure. No, I didn't. You did, Adam. You did. And I kept saying I didn't, and I did. And ever since I had that seizure, Miranda's been on my butt about taking my meds. Thankfully, she's an angel. Age 22, I had another seizure. That was weird. That was a stress-induced one. That it was an anomaly that I was still taking my meds and I just had a seizure. It was really weird and I don't understand, but it happened. I was not happy about that. I was like, oh, I can't even go a year. I literally posted my 1 year seizure free video and then had a seizure the next week. And then age 23 this year, I had another seizure, and it was from stress. And we realized that the boy can't handle more stress. So I have now figured out some ways of de-stressing and not worrying about stuff that I shouldn't be worrying about. So thankfully I'm getting better. Alright guys, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, share this with anybody who wants to tell their story, and tell me your story in the comments, because I absolutely love hearing everyone's story. It doesn't matter if you have epilepsy, if you have another disorder or disease, tell me, vent in the comments. That comment section is one of the best comment sections in the world. They are so supportive. Oh, man, I just love you guys. Thank you for letting me tell you my story, and I'll see you next week. I love you all from the bottom of my heart. I'll see you next week.